Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Foinle. My grandkids call me Gogo, which in the Ndebele language of Zimbabwe means grandmother. On this channel, I will be taking you along my journey, going back to the motherland, to the African continent. I'm heading to Zimbabwe, and am inviting you all to come along and experience my journey with me. I retired in February of this year, 2020, and my husband too. And we were hoping by this time we would have been in Zimbabwe. But as you all know, 2020 has been a year to remember. The pandemic came along and all the plans came to an abrupt halt. Travel restrictions came up. Everything was upside down. Before I even go any further, I would like to give a shout out to all the healthcare professionals. Thank you for all the work that you've been doing. Thank you for putting your lives at risk in the pursuit of the health and care of others. We as the world should appreciate you. And I, as one of you, as a healthcare worker myself, do appreciate you. So thank you. Also, not to forget families, friends that have gone through this trauma of an illness that we don't even understand. People that have lost their loved ones. It's been a trying time. But anyway, we had everything turned completely upside down. We were in California. That's where I've been living excuse me, with my husband for the last 12 years. Before then, we were in Michigan. And I've enjoyed a very, very, very wonderful career as a healthcare professional, both in Michigan and in California. We've also lived in Canada, where we have residence. But now we would like to spend some time on the African continent. We have kids both in America and Canada, so we will forever be joined to those countries, and we would be traveling back and forth as the world opens up and as health permits. So what happened to us? We had to move from California, quickly put our things in storage as the plans changed. We were not able to stay any longer there. The home that we were occupying, the lease came to an end, so we had to leave. But we couldn't continue with the journey to the African continent with all the travel restrictions. So off we took our things to storage. We left, went to visit our kids and grandchildren in Michigan. We were with them for a little while and then proceeded to Ontario, where we have 2 more children there. So all in all, we've been allowed a lot more time than we would have had there not been this illness. We would have left a long time ago. But this happened, and we've had a chance to spend a little more time with the family. It's been beautiful. It's a time that we spent well. We will miss the kids, we'll miss the grandkids, but it was an opportunity that we would not have had things not gone the way they have. So now, where are we? Well, right now, we're in the UK. We've passed through to buy right-hand drive cars. Southern Africa uses right-hand drive cars. Drive on the opposite side of the road. At this stage, I couldn't be bothered to try and figure out where I am on the road, where's everybody else with regards to the position of my left-hand drive car in the United States, in Canada, the cars that I've been using for the last 20 plus years. So to avoid that confusion, we just chose the easier route for us. We're gonna get right-hand drive cars. Right now we're in quarantine, as the rules require. After the 14 days, hopefully we will have been browsing through the internet to be able to figure out where we'll get a car. We'll tell you about that process when the time comes, once we get to doing that. But right now we just spending time just relaxing. Where do we go from here? Once we get the cars and the time that is required for us to be here before we get into the general population is done, which is 12 days from now, we will be heading out to the African continent. You know, I feel like this is the time that Africans the world over, Africans in the diaspora, Africans born on the continent, Africans that were uprooted from the continent, ended up being in places far through enslavement, through the powers of the people that brought the Bible and the gun to the continent. It is time for us to tell our story and have a different narrative about who Africans are, what the African continent is all about, and tell it in our own way. Having had our stories told in so many different ways other than, I think it's time. It should be on everybody's mind that it is a good thing to be able to tell who you are, what you want, and how you've lived your life, and not get somebody to control that for you. So that's part of why I'm really, 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 really looking forward to being on the continent and seeing it and living on it and telling the story of the continent in my own words, in our own words. I love to see all the young people and people my age, people of different ages actually, that are taking on the African continent and putting it out there in a different perspective. We can't gloss over the fact that we have problems, just like anywhere else. You look on the TV right now, in the news, you see what the other continents and countries face. But when it comes to looking at what Africa is going through or has gone through, it is almost always a very, very negative narration. Don't get me wrong, there is problems. There are problems in countries. There are problems just like everywhere else. There's poverty everywhere else. I've seen it in the Americas. Diseases, that's there too. And it is just how we have been for a very long time looked down upon. It's time to take back that narrative. After all, we are the richest continent, I believe. We have the mineral resources, we have the human capital. The land itself is vast, and everybody else has gotten enriched and developed their continents from the resources coming out from Africa. Why are we letting that happen? Where are we? I feel like if each one of us out here in the diaspora and on the continent start looking at Africa as the place to be and start putting all our efforts, our resources, our expertise into developing, we will leave this continent in a better trajectory for the generations to come. So I'm going out there, taking my part, doing the little that I can. I'm not going to change the continent. I'm not going to solve the problems, but I will try and do the least I can to have an impact on someone else so that we can continue to have this continent develop. We should not be the last ones all the time. We should be developing our countries. We should be having the expertise coming out of the continent. We should be having world-class facilities there. All the things that the other developed countries have done at our expense. Anyway, so that's where I am now. I look forward to the journey. I look forward to getting on the motherland, and we'll keep you posted on what's going on. It's been something we've been waiting to do, and it's just around the corner. We're getting there. I mean, why not? Why not Africa? Why not retire in Africa? Why not visit Africa? Why not settle in any African country? Why not? It's as good as any other place. It has problems. The continent has problems, just like any other continent. Why not? I think for some of our friends and family, they have expressed confusion in seeing us tell that we've had, and many people confused, that we're going to leave America, we're going to leave Canada, we're going to try and hang out in Africa. And people are like, but my question is, why not? Why not? Is it not a place where people have lived? Is this not a place that raised me, that raised us? So because of that, I'm out and get to tell you what it is all about once I get there. See you soon.